So good morning or good afternoon. Welcome to the Globe Virtual Student Conference, which is organized by the Globe Program Europe and Eurasia, located in Prague, Czech Republic. We have, at the moment, we have 27 people, but they are still coming and coming. So we have today students, we have teachers, also Globe coordinators, and we have also scientists. And I'd like really welcome all the students who will be presenting today, as well as the teachers who guide them on the way during their projects. So today, you saw the agenda, so you know that we have quite packed schedule. And so I would like to ask all the presenters to keep the time of the presentation not longer than 5 minutes, and also the authors of the videos or songs that will give some comments not to be longer than 1 or 2 minutes with their comments. After each presentation, there will be questions from audience, so you can use the chat for your questions and answers, chat window. And also we will have a feedback given by expert scientists who we have with us today. And we have 3 experts and scientists, and I like to welcome them now. It's the Maya Fields from Ireland, Deputy Country Coordinator in Ireland. So hello,
Hi,
Maya.
everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to hear your presentations today.
Thank you for joining. Then we have Peggy Pavletic. She's a scientist and member of Globe Implementation Science Network, Globe, and she's from Croatia. And Peggy is a former Globe student. So hello,
yes,
Peggy.
hi everyone.
Thank
hi,
you.
Hi.
And then we have Peter Falcon from NASA, United States. Thank you, Peter, for joining us. Even we know that you have really very, very early in the morning. So thank you to be with us today.
My pleasure. It's always worth it with the students.
So thank you all. And before we start with the presentation of students, first we will kick off the conference with 2 special guests that we invited. And we hopefully have Giorgi and Hannah. They are Globe students who want to share with us how...
I'm here.
Yeah, we have it. And Hannah, yeah, hello, Hannah.
Hello.
So Giorgi and Hannah, they will share with us how Globe changed their life and what impact on them Globe has. So are you ready for this? And
Yes.
we will start with Giorgi. Giorgi is from Gymnasium in Tbilisi, from Georgia.
Yeah.
So Giorgi, please, it's your floor now.
So may I share some pictures with my speech?
Yes, you can.
So I just need like permission to share this screen.
It is okay. It should be okay for you.
Yeah. Thank you. I got the permission. I think. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Yeah. I think you can all see.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Okay, great. I just need 1 second, and I'll start my speech right away.
Okay.
So, hello everyone. I'm Giorgi. I'm representing Georgia, Gymnasium AIA-GESS, and today I'm honored to share with you the profound impact that the Globe program has had on my life. Through my involvement in various activities facilitated by this remarkable organization, such as the Phenology Tree project, I have witnessed firsthand the magnificence and significance of our nature world. Observing the life cycle of the trees from buds to leaves has instilled in me a deeper appreciation for the role they play in the carbon cycle and in cooling our urban environments, thereby contributing to the overall well-being of our planet. So, through my involvement in various activities, the GLOBE program has been a game changer for me. Not only has it opened doors to exciting discoveries, scientific discoveries, but it's also introduced me to a global family of nature lovers. Attending webinars with brilliant scientists and collaborating with schools from different corners of the globe has created a bond among us that transcends borders. It's incredible how we are all working together towards a common goal, ensuring a healthy and sustainable future for our planet. One of the highlights of my journey was the Globe Water Bodies Challenge, where students were invited to celebrate the water that surrounds us. Through creating a video and story map highlighting the significance of local water bodies, I gained a deeper understanding of their importance for both the environment and the community. This experience not only heightened my awareness of the interconnectedness of ecosystems, but also inspired me to take proactive measures to protect and preserve our precious water resources. Additionally, with this challenge, we had a cleaning up day near River Ura, which is Georgia's main river, and observed this river. However, perhaps the most transformative experience was my participation in the Globe 2023 Student Conference in Prague, Czech Republic, where my team and I represented research on the impact of climate change in Georgia. This conference not only allowed us to share our findings, but also provided a platform for learning from peers from diverse backgrounds and cultures, enriching our perspectives and fueling our collective determination to address the urgent challenges posed by climate change. In a sense, the GLOBE program has not only enriched my understanding of the environment and scientific inquiry, but also empowered me to become a more informed and engaged global citizen. From the invaluable connections forged to the knowledge gained, I'm truly grateful for this great opportunities this program has afforded me, and I'm committed to continuing my journey as a steward of our planet. Thank you so much.
So, thank you, George. It's so nice to hear these words from you. It's really excellent. Thank you so much. It's inspiring for all of us.
This great organization, like everything that it gave me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And now we will give the floor to Hannah from Gozo College Middle School in Malta. And so, Hannah, you can start.
Hello, I'm Hannah from Malta. I started participating in GLOBE when I entered Ecoscola at my middle school. As a group, we did various activities together. We worked on the readings for a turtle nest, and we also used the GLOBE Observer app for regular readings to help us with the observation of the nest and other things, such as the clouds. Through GLOBE, I learned a lot of new skills, I made new friends, and I broadened my knowledge. Later, I applied to become a vlogger, where I had the opportunity to do multiple videos and collaborations with people internationally. This helped me show others our environment and show people how we took our readings and stuff. This experience also introduced me to even more people that I still talk to today. I got to mentor others after my year as a vlogger, which meant that I got to help others and learn new things myself. Unfortunately, this year I had to step down from GLOBE due to school, but this doesn't stop me from appreciating the environment. And I will always have the environment and GLOBE at heart.
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. It's again so inspiring how you work with the GLOBE and also your role as a vlogger. And you said that you have to leave GLOBE, but I'm sure that you will find a way how to be still linked to the GLOBE, because there are many, many ways how to do it. So we believe that we will be still in contact with you. So thank you. I hope that it was inspiring for all of us, these both our student keynote speakers. And so let's start with the first presentation. And I'd like to welcome the first team to speak. I'd like to give the floor to students from Croatia, from Banija Primary School. And so do we have students from Banya here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Ankita. Hello, hello.
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 Are you ready?
Yes.
So we can start.
Screen.
You can share the screen. We can see it. Okay. It's not in the presentation mode, but yeah. Now
Can we start?
Perfect. You can start. It's perfect.
Okay. Hello. We are students from elementary school Banija from Karlovac, Croatia, and we will present the research project 3 as natural air conditioner, which we did in collaboration with students from elementary school Dubovac. For several years, our schools have been cooperating in the European phenological campaign and observing the birch tree. The birch trees are located near the globe atmospheric stations of both schools, and in addition to phenological observations, we measure atmospheric parameters and surface soil temperature. According to literature, the surface temperature is the temperature at which energy is emitted from the surface in form of electromagnetic radiation. A part of received solar energy is reflected off the ground, and a part of energy is absorbed by the ground, which starts to warm up. We have decided to investigate, is it more comfortable to stay under the parasol or in the tree shade during hot summer days?
For the research, we have decided to measure the surface temperatures on the grass, under the birch tree, and under the parasol and on the sunny grass. Our research questions were, is the current temperature of the air always lower than the surface temperature of the soil on the sunny grass? Is the surface temperature of the soil on the sunny grass always higher than the grass surface under the birch trees and under the parasol? Will the surface temperature of the soil on the sunny grass in the observed period be higher at both stations if the soil moisture is lower? The current temperature of the air will always be lower than the surface temperature of the soil on the sunny grass. The surface temperature of the soil on the sunny grass will always be higher than the surface temperature of the soil on the grass under the birch trees and under the parasol. The surface temperature of the soil on the sunny grass will be higher if the moisture of the soil is low. The research was conducted in the period from June 13, 2022 to September 23, 2022 on hot and warm days when the amount of cloud cover was less than 50%. At 12:15 p.m., we opened identical parasol on the sunny grass. After 15 minutes, we measured the surface temperature of the soil on different surfaces and the current air temperature at both atmospheric stations. Data on soil moisture we have downloaded from Smart Satellite Database for Karlovac.
In the research period, we had 37 warm and hot days. The current air temperature is always lower than the surface temperature of the soil on the sunny grass on both stations. The surface temperature of the soil on the sunny grass is always higher than the surface temperature of the soil on the grass under the birch tree and under the parasol on both stations. In the observed period, the soil moisture ranged from 12.9% to 20.7%, and the surface temperatures of the soil on sunny grass areas were always higher than 27 degrees Celsius at both stations. There were only 17 days of satellite measurements for the Karlovac area in the SMAP database for the research period. To confirm our third hypothesis that the lower the soil moisture, the higher the soil surface temperature will be on the sunny grass area, we should have moisture data at both stations. But some differences in measured current air temperatures and soil surface temperatures are probably due to microclimate differences caused by microclimate differences in spatial environment and due to the different vegetation sizes in the measured areas. The surface temperature of the soil under the tree is lower because the tree with all its leaves absorbs solar energy. In this process, respiration and transpiration occur on the leaves, so the leaves cool down. Transpiration and respiration on the leaves has a cooling effect and increases the humidity in the air, so the tree can act as an air conditioner on warm and hot days. We believe that the surface temperatures of the soil under the tree are lower because the tree, with all its leaves, absorbs solar radiation. The parasol with its surface partially reflects and partially absorbs solar energy, but has no cooling effect, no respiration and transpiration. So we assume that these properties of the parasol influenced the obtained measurements result that the surface temperature of the soil under the parasol are higher than the measured surface temperatures of the soil under the birch trees. This research work shows that the tree can be an air conditioner and replace parasols.
Since the city of Karlovac is known for its river tourism, we recommended that more trees are planted on the banks of the rivers, which will replace people's parasols. Even though the city of Karlovac is a city of parks, there are not enough trees in some city districts, so we suggest planting them to make the city more pleasant for living in the summer. These are our sources, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your presentation. If there are any comments or questions from the audience, please put it to the chat. And I'd like to ask Peter Falcon from NASA to give a feedback to students from Banija Primary School, Croatia.
Thank you, Dana. And thank you, students, for a wonderful presentation. First off, I'd like to say thank you for sharing your beautiful area in Karlovac. I come from a huge city with lots of concrete. So when I see trees and grass, to me, that looks really, really awesome. So thank you for sharing that. I was quite impressed with the fact that you use SMAP data. I'm very familiar with that data set. So I was happy to see that as you talked about soil moisture, you included that in there as well. I was also very impressed that you were able to make or understand the link between having trees and not only well-being for our planet, but well-being for our health as well, and for our well-being and health and for us as individuals. My question for you is, did everything go as expected for you when you made your research? Did anything pop up that made you scratch your head and think, I didn't expect that to happen? And if so, what were those things?
The only thing that was unexpected is that we didn't have enough database for SMAP Karlovac to confirm our third hypothesis, and that the different sizes of vegetation would affect our research.
And do you plan on doing anything else to continue your research?
Yes, we also thought about researching if air moisture has something to do with the temperature. Also, if the tree canopy moisture will affect our research.
Awesome. Gotcha. Well, great job once again and great presentation.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. So thank you, students. I can't see any comments or questions in the chat, or now there are some comments, but no questions. So if you still have some questions, you can put it to the chat and students can answer there. And we can move to the second presentation, and I'd like to welcome another team, and I'd like to give the floor to students from Petar Arsov Primary School, Skopje, North Macedonia. So we have a student, Matea, and for her colleagues.
Yes, hello.
And you will be at one computer or more? You are prepared, it looks like. Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you well. Yeah. So you can share the screen.
Yes, of course. Can you see the screen?
It's, yeah, we can see it now. You can start.
Yes, before we start, we like to give a big greeting from Skopje, North Macedonia. And we'd like to thank you all for giving us this amazing opportunity to be part of this conference. We decided to write a story and not do a presentation because we think we can bring Globe closer to the wider audience with a story. So yes, life is beautiful. Let's keep it that way. We follow Liam and his journey on understanding the truth about fossil fuels, and not only that, but also how our actions impact the world. Everything started when Liam's mother surprised him with a bicycle. As many people, mostly teenagers, he was very upset since he expected video games or even a vacation. His mother decided to teach him a lesson and hopefully change his view towards the global warming. So she took him to the beach. Liam's mother took him, there they saw that fish. He was confused, but his mother explained it was because of the fossil fuels that spilled in the sea all the time. So the reason why she brought him the bike was to help the environment, and this deeply affected Liam, so he decided to start a research. Liam's research focused on how fossil fuels impact the marine life. Using the GLOBE protocol, he found evidence linking to the fuel concentration to negative effects on the main ecosystem. Motivated by his findings, Liam launched a school campaign advocating for eco-friendly alternatives like biking and organizing workshops to raise awareness about the dangers of the fossil fuels to the marine life. His research was presented at a local science fair in front of environmental experts in the municipality. Due to Liam's dedication and hard work, the mayor established a bike sharing program in order to reduce the reliance on cars and lowering the carbon emissions. Additionally, Liam's project increased community awareness about the detrimental effects of fossil fuels on the environment. He addressed a local gathering where he fostered a sense of responsibility. Liam's dedication inspired many students, and in response, he continued to cheer on the people that looked up to him, and he even collaborated with experts to improve the quality of the water and the protection of marine life. Liam couldn't believe his transformation from a reluctant bike rider to a proactive environmentalist. However, this is only his journey and an example of his life. We all can make a huge difference in the world if only we decide to try and not give up something we're passionate about. Because the greatest threat to our planet isn't only the global warming, but the belief that someone else will save it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your inspiration and presentation. You can stop sharing now, and we'd like to ask Maya Fields from Ireland to give a feedback. So thank you, Maya. It's yours now.
Thank you so much for your amazing story and the way that you told the story, which is really impactful. That last sentence that you just said there really hit home. I think that's so beautiful to share that you're right. The greatest challenge really is believing that, you know, other people are going to do something when we all have a role to play. So I love the action-based focus you have, and you start your story with that. So it's from a storytelling and science communication perspective, just so impressed. And I'm so curious to know more about what kind of water quality tests you guys did, and how did you find out that the water quality was impacting marine life? That's a big question, I know. So if you can answer it, just a few examples of what you did.
Yes. So we have a nearby river in our place. It's not an ocean, but we decided to make it as a story. We tested the pH levels and the water transparency and the alkalinity of the water. And we also gathered so much, if I may say, experience from my brother, who is really into saving the environment, and we used him as part of this project, because I really think that if we don't do what we can to the world and just let it from someone else to save it, it won't happen, and we won't do something that will save the world if we don't try by ourselves.
That's really great. I love that you guys did pH and water transparency tests and all those different things to learn more about the state of your local river. It'd be interesting maybe, and I know this isn't fully a GLOBE protocol, but to do a kick sample and look at some of the macroinvertebrates that are living in your river to see if they are indicating whether there are pollution there or not. especially when you now have the example of marine life. It's great to look at what kind of invertebrates live in the riverbank to find out if they are responding to possible pollutants. And I think it's so impressive that you guys talked right about how water quality can be impacted by, fossil fuel production and the greater systems behind what we see in a small place in our environment. So keep doing that, keep thinking big and doing the research. Really impressed. And I hope that you guys continue to do this study, maybe adding something on macroinvertebrates, maybe looking also, if you guys do get a chance to go to the coast, to check the salinity of your seawater.
We had planned to go there this week and do some more.
Cool.
But the Globe conference was before we got the chance to do anything.
Well, I'm happy you prioritized the conference today. We're really impressed to hear from you, and I think everybody learned a lot from that. So appreciate that, and good luck going forwards.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Maya, for your feedback and suggestions to the team. It's great. And so if any comments, please again put it to the chat, and we can move to another team. We will move to Ireland, and we will have a video, but it's students from Dominican College Sion Hill. And before we will play the video, we'd like to ask the student Shiria and her colleagues to introduce the video. So I can see you that you are prepared. Hello. So we can start with the few words before we will play the video. So it's yours.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Our names are Jasmine, Roisin, and Shreya from Sion Hill College, Blackrock, here in Ireland. And we would like to present to you our data of the Globe Phenology Project 2023 to 2024.
We had 2 trees. One was a silver birch tree, which was relatively younger compared to our other tree, which was a sycamore tree.
We observed the phenological cycle of the leaves falling and their color changing over the time period of 4 to 5 months.
As they both started with relatively similar change in shades of green, when it came to the peak seasons of October, we noticed that the birch was turning yellow, but the sycamore stayed green for that extra few weeks. This is where we saw a change in the speed of their phenological cycle, which led to the silver birch leaves leaving the trees a few weeks earlier than the sycamore tree.
We concluded the research by hypothesizing that this happened because of the location of the trees and how much photosynthesis happened, because we think the auxin hormone levels in the trees were lower in the birch and higher in the sycamore, as well as the age and species of the trees. We hope you like our presentation.
So thank you. So we can play the video now.
Leaves are falling all around us. Trees are swaying. No more sun. It's the season. No more leaves around us. Happy autumn, everyone. Leaves are falling all around us. Trees are swaying. No more sun. It's the season. No more leaves around us. Happy autumn, everyone. Leaves are falling all around us. Trees are swaying. No more sun. It's the season. No more leaves around us. Happy autumn, everyone. Leaves are falling all around us. Trees are swaying. No more sun. It's the season. No more leaves around us. Happy autumn, everyone. Leaves are falling all around us. Trees are swaying. No more sun. It's the season. No more leaves around us. Happy autumn, everyone. Leaves are falling all around us. Trees are swaying. No more sun. It's the season. No more leaves.
Created using. So thank you for your creative video. Thank you.
we would like to say a few words about the poem towards the end.
So the poem at the end of our presentation is in our national language, which is Irish. And it goes, Giloga Jasa Jasa, Giloga Jasa Gui, Giloga Jasa Jasa, Egdelsa Eron Grave, which just means the really pretty leaves and the really yellow leaves, and they're just dancing on the branches.
Then it talks about how the leaves are falling and how they blow in the wind, and it shows a really nice story that meant a lot to our class. So it was kind of a representation of this project and what it meant to our class and us. Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you also for translation, and it's nice that we can hear your Irish language. And for now, I'd like to ask Peggy Pavletic from Croatia to give a feedback.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you, girls. It was really a pleasure to watch your video. And I mean, the song really gets in your ears. So I found myself singing it a little bit as well after I heard the song for the first time. And I think it's a really creative way to express your love for research. And what I really appreciate as a scientist is seeing that you put all the references in your documents, in your findings, and in the presentation that you made, which I think is really, really commendable. And I had just a curiosity that kind of came up when I was looking at your presentation. I was wondering how meaningful this project is for you, and how did you decide which trees to choose?
This project meant quite a lot for us. Like it was our first project of the school year. So we had we were a class of 26 pupils. So we worked on it together, and we decided these trees because firstly, these were, I think, one of the few really developed trees, like one of the major trees on our school grounds. So we wanted to choose 2 different trees, one maybe towards more of the shade and one that was more exposed to sunlight, to see the different types of data that we could collect. So one of our trees is more like older in age, and it has it's taller as well. So that's our sycamore tree, and it's towards the shade. So we did notice a change in our data as well, that it felt like the leaves of that tree fell a lot later than they did fall in the one that was exposed to light. So we wanted to have like a nice variety and diversity of data.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm really satisfied with this, and also something that Maya said, but I also kind of wanted to resonate in the end. I think this gave you a really nice background for seeing the behavior of trees and how do they change over time. And of course, you can do a green up protocol now and just continue your research. And I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you, Peggy, and thank you, students. When you look at the chat, we see that your poem is very interesting for audience. So thank you for sharing it with us and translation again. And so it's with this presentation, and now we are moving to have such a short game. We can play, all of us can play this game. And I will give the floor to my colleague Lenka. She will explain you more about it.
Thank you, Dana, and hello, everybody. Well, today we are such a big international group, people coming from many countries, from Europe and Eurasia, from United States, from all around the world. And we also have 8 countries represented by wonderful student speakers, which allow us to see a bit of their findings, a bit of their culture, also a bit about their school and the surroundings. But now we have a game for you where we can learn a bit more about the countries from which our speakers come from, to see some landscapes, some historical and cultural sites. So let's play now. The game is really easy, right? You will always see slide like this. This is a first question of actually your first slide of our game, and you will see 4 pictures from a country. On the right, you see the list of countries that are represented by student speakers today. And looking at the picture, you might guess which country this is. You can discuss it in your team, and please write us your guesses to the chat. We will see 4 countries now and 4 countries later. So all of them will be represented, but which one is this first one? Which country could it be? I see first guesses in the chat. And it seems that it was an easy start of the game. Yeah, okay. All guesses are the same, and yes, it's Ireland. Wonderful, good guesses. If we can change slide, we will see where Ireland is on a map of Europe. So yeah, congratulations. First guesses were all good, and this is the second country of our game. Yeah, some beautiful pictures, some set picture too. And I see guesses in the chat. Yeah, please write in the chat. And yeah, easy again. So you're right, it's Ukraine. It's Ukraine. And again, we can see Ukraine in a map. Wonderful. Please, let's go to the third country of the game. So which country could this be? Okay, this time is not so easy, right? We can see some sea. And we have 2 guesses, Croatia and Malta so far. So let's see what country this is. And those who guessed Croatia were right. Congratulations. Yeah, you can see Croatia with long seaside, long country. And our last country of this round of game. So again, you can see some sea. That's a hint. Okay, this time it seems that everybody has the same opinion. Okay, well, it's right. The guesses are right. It's Malta this time. Wonderful. Congratulations to all of you. Thanks for playing the game. Let's see Malta in the map. It's in the south. In the square, you can see Malta enlarged because it's so small in the Europe map. So you can see how it looks like. So yeah, congratulations. Well done to everybody. Good guesses. And thank you for participating in the game. I hope you had fun. And we will see the remaining 4 countries of our speakers later on during the session.
Yeah. Thank you, Lenka. It was nice to have a look to countries, at least for a minute, to see how beautiful are they. And we are moving with our conference, and we will hear a song prepared by the student Anastasia from Kalenykivska Secondary School from Ukraine. We have Anastasia. Yeah, I can see Anastasia. She is with us. Hello, Anastasia. So we will play the song now, and then you will say a few words after the song. Yeah? Okay. So we can start with the song.
Цікавий наш глоб, тоді скажемо тобі влог. Нам приємно бути тут. Хочемо вам розказати про природу України і про те, як бережемо флору і фауну місцини. Зробимо фото ми гарненько, зафіксуємо все самі. Щоб сказати, рідненько, все красиво у тобі. І хмаринки, і стежинки, і озера, і степи. Все прекрасно, рідненько, ти наш ідеал краси. Все природі гармонійно, наші гори і ліси. Проти гинуть за війни, всі ці твори краси. Чарівну природу краю, що дивує нас щодня. З радістю ми відбудуємо, як закінчиться війна.
So thank you. I believe that you enjoyed the song. And so Anastasia, please, can you add some comments to the song or about your team to say a few words?
Hello, my name is Anastasia Ryskalenko and I am the author of this rap. I really glad you liked my rap. When I wrote the text, I thought of the beauty of my native land. I have seen many beautiful places in Ukraine, and I'm sorry that they are destroyed by enemy missiles. So take care of nature. It's wonderful. Glory to Ukraine.
So thank you. And I'd like ask Peggy Pavletic for the feedback or comment.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anastasia, for your rap. I think you really are a creative spirit, and we are also sorry, I think, for the destruction that happened, not only to the nature, but to the people as well. But I was wondering also, in terms of a globe and the activities that you're able to do, how much are you able to do now? Are there any types of researches that you would still like to conduct? What are your plans for the future? Do you have something?
Oh, in Globe program, our team in Indonesia, in biology, we observe the greening of the leaves.
Okay, thank you. I think this is really great, and we were able to see that one image in your video of the greenery that you have. So this is something that's really nice, and yeah, I think that you can find still the beauty in nature through the Globe protocols, and I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors in Globe.
Yeah, thank you, Peggy. And we have some nice comments also in the chat. So Anastasia, you can read it. And I'd like only to add that we have quite a lot of schools from Ukraine in the GLOW program, and they are very active, even it's not so easy for them these days. So we very appreciate it. So let's move to another country. And yeah, we are going to the Czech Republic, and I'd like to give the floor to students from the primary school Břidličná. We will have students Václav, Martin, and Jan, who will present their project. So I can see that you are ready. Yeah. Can we start?
Hello, my name is Martin.
So
my name is Jan.
Can you share the screen, or do you want to open the presentation?
We have little problem here. Just can you wait a minute?
It's loading.
Can you see the presentation now?
It's coming. Yeah, now we can see it. Not in the presentation mode, but we can see it.
Now?
Yeah. Now it's perfect. You can start. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Václav.
My Jan.
And my Martin.
We are from the elementary school Břidličná, district Bruntál, and we came here to present our project on contamination of the stream Polička. Goals are: determine how the water conductivity of the selected stream will change over time. Second, identify possible source of the potential pollution. And third, create a map of the source polluting the stream Polička.
For 2 years, we have measured pH, conductivity, and temperature in the stream.
Conductivity depends on the amount of dissolved substances in the water. Therefore, it can indicate water pollution. You can see in this 200 and 299 microsiemens per centimeters, there is no action to cleanse. About 300 microsiemens per centimeters, there is something bad in the water, like you can see. And about 1,250 microsiemens per centimeters, I wouldn't recommend drink that water.
The Polička stream brings 2.5 kilometers from the village Ryžovište and it flows into the Moravice River. During its course, it flows through the villages Ryžovište and Břidličná. The geological bedrock of the entire stream is clay shale.
In the first phase of the measurements, we measured at 5 selected sites. At the spring, behind Ryžovište, before and behind Pavlov, and at the confluence with Moravice. During those measurements, we found that the conductivity behind Ryžovište rose to 304 microsieverts per centimeter. We have thus established that there was pollution of the stream at Ryžovište.
These are some photos from the measurements.
Therefore, we continue to measure in the village Ryžovište. Gradually, we found 10 pollution sources. In the village, which we recorded on our interactive map using GPS, we divided the whole map into 3 parts. The axial pipes, all pipes that are still polluting the stream. The pipes that only had the rainwater flowing out of them or no longer polluted the stream. And finally, our catches that we found third measurements.
Now we would like to show you our map. It will give us a few seconds. Can you see the map?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Of the all pipes we found, there's the 3 were the worst. Pipe 6, conductivity 902 microsiemens per centimeter. Completely black water flows from this pipe, which also smell very bad. Pipe 10, drip, conductivity 1586 microsiemens per centimeter. This is our highest pipe. It is 2.5 meters high. In addition, we found that the pipe was leaking from the washing machine because there was foam everywhere. Pipe 3, soup, conductivity 7723 microsiemens per centimeter. This pipe has a very high conductivity, which is already dangerous from the organism. Irregularly, it flows out white, smelly water.
This is the trash we found in stream, and that trash we clean. Since the values we measured were not satisfactory, we decided to meet the mayor and the residents of the village on 15 November 2023 to present our results of the measurements. Thanks to the tank meeting at the end of 2023, Ryžovište managed to get grant to carry out a wastewater study and to build a water treatment plant. Furthermore, we were asked to examine another tributary of the Polička River, which also flows through Ryžovište.
We hope that the construction of the water treatment plant will improve the pollution situation in the state.
We would like to thank Mr. Martin Rolik for his initial expert consultation.
In case you would like to see the map, you can use this QR code. This is our source. Thank you for your attention.
Yes, so thank you. Thank you, students, for your detailed presentation and research on the stream Polička. For the feedback, I'd like to ask Peter Falcon from NASA.
Thank you, guys. First off, that was an amazing presentation. I love the fact that you created this pipe map so you can understand where pollution could be coming in from into your stream. I want to say that I love the fact also that you did such a great job, not only conducting your environmental measurements, but also you took your research to the next step. You became activists, and that was an amazing thing to see. I love the fact that you were able to take your research, share that to your community, share that information to your mayor and get them to commission a waterways, a study. So that is amazing. That just goes to show you, no matter how young you are, when you're doing your research, that information can be shared and be used by the entire community. So that is a great job from being researchers to being activists. I love seeing that. You really took it to the next step. My question for you, you guys, is what was the best and most difficult part of your research? It's two parts. The first one is, what was the best part and the most difficult part of doing your research? And the second part is, I'm curious, were any of those best caught items reused? Did they actually plug in and work? I saw that there was a remote control car and earphones. Did you guys check to see if those worked or not?
We didn't check if the car or helicopter were working. We just threw it out in the trash bin. And worst part or the hardest part of this project was when we were just measuring for the river, the Polička, at the night. It was like the autumn or winter, and we were going in the night, and there were so people, and there was a nice people. They were like asking us what we are doing, and a lot of weird things. We think that they would part us something like that.
And thank you also for not only teaching me about what your research was on, but you actually taught me some Czech as well, because I had to go in and kind of Google some of the terms, so I understood what I was reading. So now I know what pipe means in Czech. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter, and thank you, students. So it's really very detailed presentation, and you can read comments in the chat. It looks like that you inspired people also, and they like your presentation. So thank you again for being with us. And yeah, we have to move to other presentations, or if you can mute your microphones. Yeah, okay. Now we will have two presentations and video from one school from North Macedonia, Kiril and Metodij Primary School, Bitola. And we will start with the presentation. There will be students Bojana and Tiana. Are you here? We can, yeah.
Hello.
I can see you. Hello. So we will start with the presentation and then continue with the feedback and then video. So you can start sharing.
Okay. Yeah. Can you see the presentation?
Yes, yes. Not in the presentation mode. So if you can switch on.
Can you see it now?
Now it's perfect. You can start.
Okay. I'm Bojana Bekovska, and we're the students from the primary school St. Cyril and Metodij from Bitola, Macedonia, and we will be presenting our project on pedology determining soil characteristics for a successful school garden.
Hello, I'm Jana Brajovska. A soil test is important for several reasons: to optimize crop production, to protect the environment, to improve the nutrition balance, to reduce the risk of over-application. This helps maintain water quality and protect aquatic ecosystems. When we began with forming a school garden in our school yard in the village Logovardi, because of all ecologic benefit, we came to the idea that is for the best if we at first perform a soil typification. This purpose of our garden is to acquire skills, get acquainted with the process of growing vegetable crop, and do organic farming without pesticides. This will help to save the environment and encourage local farmers to reduce use of pesticides. If we can do it, they can do it. What is the soil like in our school garden? Logovardi is a village in the near end of eastern part of Bitola, located in Bitola field, which is part of Pelagonia, the largest basin in Macedonia. In the beginning of the research was held on December 14, 2023. Necessary materials: globe kit of pedosphere, markers, meter, thermometer, pH meters, acetic acid, electronic scale, metal can, laboratory cases, and water.
So first we stationed in the backyard of the school in Logovardi, and we marked the spots that we were examining in the shape of a star as shown on the picture. Then we began with measuring the temperature of the soil. We dug 2 holes in the soil, one a smaller hole of 5 centimeters of depth, and the second was from 10 centimeters in depth, and we got 2 results. The first result in the shallower hole was 1 degree Celsius, and the second result was 2.5 degrees Celsius. Then we started the carbonates test. In the hole, we poured vinegar and we let it set. So if the soil bubbled, that meant it had carbonates in the soil, but in fact our soil did not bubble, which indicating that it didn't have any carbonates. Then we began with identification of the soil type we were working with and defining its name. The soil was true and didn't easily crumble, as shown on the picture. It was fine-grained and humid. And with the help of the Monsell notation diagram, we identified the shade of the soil. Then with the sample we took back to our school laboratory, we measured the pH value of the dissolved soil, and the pH meter showed a value of 7.1 pH. So then we measured the mass of the soil sample, then allowed it to dry, and we weighed the mass of dry soil. Using the data, we calculated the soil moisture, which came out to be 57%. And finally, with the leftover soil, we did one last observation, which was the typification, which is the process of identifying the soil's name by texture and layers. First, we broke up the soil into small particles and put it in a glass. Then we poured warm water into the glass. We let it sit for an hour to see how the water would divide the layers of the soil. In the first hour, we came to the conclusion that the soil had no sand. We let it sit for a day, and these were the results. There was no sand in the soil. The biggest layer was silt, which was 47 millimeters, and clay was 9 millimeters. This classifies our soil in the silty loam type of soils. So soil testing and typification are crucial for understanding the characteristics of soil in a specific area. This information helps in optimizing agricultural practices by determining nutrient levels, pH, and other factors that influence plant growth. And we are harvesting our school garden. After we done soil typification, we started our winter farming. Because of the low temperatures and conditions, at first we planted garlic, onions, and lettuce. Also, we plant some seasoning herbs like basil, lavender, and thyme. In spring, we plant tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. There is no need for adding fertilizers because the soil is fertile and filled with humus. If it is necessary, we will add natural fertilizer for plants from local farms. And this is the process of our plants. Thank you for your attention.
Yes, thank you, Bojana and Diana. Thank you for your nice presentation on soil implementation. It's nice to see that you use the results at your school garden. And I'd like to ask Maya Fields from Ireland to give a feedback.
So thank you so much, Bojana and Jana, for your presentation. Really fantastic work you've done. You've done so many tests. I'm super impressed that you managed to do so much soil work. The pedosphere protocol is one of my favorites. It's so important and it's so hard to collect data on soil. So I'm so happy that that's what you chose to study in the first place. Without these soil tests, like you said, you contextualized it so well. We don't know how to, plant the right species, have gardens and make crops that don't need these artificial fertilizers. So I think it's a really important topic. And I just want to encourage you, like the other schools did as well, to share what you found with your local soils, with possibly farmers or other schools in your community. Maybe you can show them how you made your garden and encourage other schools to grow food at school. I think that's really cool. Be interesting to look into some things about nutrition now. So what kind of things are you growing? How can you cook it? And how does, what are some of the benefits of eating that kind of food? So I'm really curious to hear from you guys. What was it like conducting the study? What was something that, what was the most difficult thing possibly? And what was the thing that you enjoyed the most?
So it was very different from our usual education because we don't usually do those kind of stuff, and it was very interesting, and we found it very just different from our usual studies. The most difficult part, I would say, it would be the typification. It took, I guess, partially a long period, and it was a bit complicated. Then we had to do some. We had to. There was a lot of measuring and a lot of calculating we had to do. But for me, the most interesting part of the whole examination was where we did the carbonates test. It was very interesting to see how it was held. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much for answering that. And I hope that you repeat your soil, actually, the soil nutrients test next year once you've had some time planting in your garden. Maybe it'd be interesting to plant some legume species like bean crops as well and see if they're able to act kind of as natural fertilizers. So really, really fantastic work and well done. I hope that you keep doing more soil studies.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Maya, also to point out that soil is so important for all of us, and so this presentation was really inspiration. And there are some questions in the chat, and I think you can answer it through the chat now, if it is possible. And we will move to next. It's a video from the same school, and the student Margarita then will give some comments. So, yeah.
Hello, we are 5 students from the primary school St. Kiril and Metodij.
We are honored to have been part of the GLOBE community since 2006 when we started our measurements and participating in projects. As we did measurements for hydrosphere, we decided to do a little more research on oxygen, and what interested us was, does the concentration of dissolved oxygen depend on the temperature of the water?
We take a sample of water from the river Dragor next to our school and then we bring it to the science lab to perform the tests.
When analyzing the results from all of our measurements in our project, we concluded that the concentration of dissolved oxygen depends on the temperature of the water. Thus, as the temperature of the water decreases, the concentration of oxygen increases. When the temperature increases, it is vice versa. In our Word and PowerPoint presentations, we have explained in detail why this phenomenon happens.
So hello, I am Margarita, and I would like to add a little more information about why this phenomenon happens and why our results are in fact correct. Okay, so after we did some research online, we found out that this happens because when the water temperature increases, it causes the gas and water molecules to gain more energy, which in turn breaks the weak molecular interactions between water and oxygen molecules, causing the oxygen to escape. And when the water temperature decreases, it is vice versa. There is less energy, thus there is more dissolved oxygen in the water. In summary, cold, fresh waters have the capability to hold higher concentrations of dissolved oxygen. Looking at our graphs, our measurements and results proves that the concentration of dissolved oxygen depends on the height of the temperature. This proves that our measurements, results, and data from the past 2 years, 2022 and 2023, are in fact correct, since they correspond with our research online. Knowing these facts, we can pay more attention to the results obtained. If in our data measurements, we notice incorrect data, that would mean that there is something that pollutes the river water. In this case, we can alert the wider public. Thank you for attention, and if you have any questions.
Thank you, Margarita. And I will give floor to Maya to give you comments.
Fantastic. Again, I'm so impressed that you managed to do so much detail here. And because now you went from soil to water quality, I think it's very interesting to learn a little bit more about, I suppose, how the land cover around your city or town. So I'm not sure if you're in an urban area, but it looked like it from the picture that you are kind of in an urban space. So it would be interesting to know more about kind of when it's raining a lot, is that picking up any pollutants and going into the water streams, and maybe looking at some of those water pollution tests as well is a dissolved oxygen. But dissolved oxygen is really important. It's in focus a lot right now because, like you're saying, water temperature impacts how much dissolved oxygen is there, and dissolved oxygen or oxygen in our water levels will have an impact on what kind of aquatic life can be there and what the water quality is. So it'd be interesting to repeat this study on a few other areas. I'd be curious to hear, do you have any plans to do the study again or to add other layers to it? Or kind of what was it about doing the study that made you guys interested?
Okay, so yes, we started with the closest water we had. So next to our school, the river we did the measurements on is right next to a school, only a few meters away. So we started our measurements with this river, but our plan is in the future to measure waters that are a little more far away from us so we can compare the results as you said.
That'd be really interesting. It'd also be interesting to look at the temperature in different months. So kind of if you were to show or teach other students in your school, now that you're kind of globe leaders of your school, how to do this study, you could try to set it up on a monthly basis to have a look if water temperature in your river is actually rising overall in your city. And if it is, what kind of things you can do maybe to kind of keep that space a little bit cooler to protect the amount of oxygen in the water. Have you guys worked with any students in your school so far?
So yeah, we are a big group of students, not only the 5 students here that we are presenting, but a lot of other students are helping and are interested in what we measure. And yes, we do in fact measure every week, even after this project and before the project. We have been measuring since 2006 every week, and we are collecting our measurements and comparing them.
Amazing. I think that's brilliant. Thank you so much for continuing to do that work and continuing to be globe leaders at your school. It's so impressive to have such a long track record. So keep that up. It's going to be super interesting to see how these results continue.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Maya, for your comments and suggestions. And thank you, students, for your plans to continue. And before we go further, I'd like only to point that we have one question in the chat for students from Bojana and Jana. So please, you can answer to the chat directly. Yeah. And we will move. Yeah, there is a question. What did you guys do with your vegetables and what do you plan to planting next year or next? It's from Peter Falcon, but you can answer it to the chat because now we are moving to another section.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can write it to the chat.
Yeah, of course.
And you can continue in chat more discussions because that's why we have the chat to discuss and connect with people each to other. So thank you.
Okay.
And I will give a floor to Lenka again because we are here with the second part of the game and we will have chance to look at more beautiful pictures.
Thank you, Dana. And we will continue our game and our virtual journey through the countries from which our speakers come from. For those who join later, we are having a slide with pictures from countries and the task of the game is to guess which country is in the pictures. There are some names of the countries on the right. So one of these countries is in the pictures. So which country is this one? Beautiful mountains, historical sites. And I can see some guesses. And everybody is right. We can reveal the correct answer. And yes, it's North Macedonia. Thank you for your guesses. We can see where North Macedonia is in the map. So we can all have a look where it is located. And now we are moving to the second slide, pictures from another country. And I must say, I somehow thought it will be a bit difficult for you, but it obviously is not. You are very good in geography and you know our continent very well. So yeah, everybody's right. We can reveal. And it's Italy, of course. Wonderful. Here we can see Italy in the map. And coming to next country. Can someone guess which country this is? We have one guess. This seems to be a bit more difficult. So I'll give more time. Okay, all guesses are coming to the same direction. Yes, and please show the correct answer. Yes, it's Czech Republic. Very good guesses. So here is Czech Republic or Czechia. Both names can be used for this country. Here it is in the map. And let's come to our last of our 8 countries. Last guess. Wonderful landscape, beautiful country. And again, it seems to be fairly easy for you. Okay, well, all the guesses are correct. It's Georgia this time, another beautiful country. So here is Georgia in the map, close to the Black Sea. So I really want to thank you all for participating in the game. And I think we saw how beautiful our countries are, that they are so diverse, but they are all unique and amazing. They have wonderful historical sites and a beautiful nature as well. And you guys are all doing such a great job discovering and researching the nature in your countries and protecting it as well. So it's super important. Please keep that up. And yeah, thank you for that. And I hope you had fun with the game. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you, Lenka. Thank you. So beautiful places. And now we will go to our presentation. And I'd like to welcome a team from Italy. I'd like to give a floor to students from ISIS Europa, Napoli. So we have students online now. So you are at the one computer, so you can share your screen and start.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we can.
Can you hear us?
Yes, yes, you can start. It's here. Well, you can be close to the computer because there is some noise in the background.
Hello everyone. We are the Italian team from ISIS Europa. My name is Syria.
My name is Davide.
My name is Silvana Dia.
My name is Fausto.
We are 15 years old and we are all in the same class and we are in graphic and design classes. Today we are going to present a research we did last May about the water quality of the only lake in our town.
The artificial lake of Pomigliano is in the public park about 2 kilometers from our school. The lake is 38 meters above sea level. Many plant and animal species live in the lake. After some time of degradation, it has been cleaned up. The question is, what are the correct chemical conditions of the lake's waters? The water sample and the chemical testing were carried out on the same day.
The pH measurements were carried out using both the litmus paper and the pH meter. Generally, the pH of lake's water is usually between 6 and 8, depending on the substrate and the surrounding soil. The pH of lake is 7.3. That is an unstable value.
Water hardness is actually a quantitative measure of calcium and magnesium ions in the water sample. The measure and subsequent control of water hardness is essential to prevent scaling and clogging the water pipes. The water's hardness is 13 French degrees. This value is compatible with the life of the flora and fauna present in the lake.
Nitritis react with chromotropic acid reagent to form a pink tint in the sample. Nitritis are extremely toxic to fish and shellfish. The nitritis concentration of the sample is 0.23 milligrams per liter. The value is compatible with the life of the lake's flora and fauna.
The chloride level is determined by a mercuric nitrate titration. In high level, chloride can be toxic to plant life. Chloride in water sample are 100 milligrams per liter, and this value is compatible with life. We determine iron levels using a colorimetric method, and iron is absent in examined sample.
The data shows that the water body is suitable for the fauna and flora it hosts.
We have finished. Thank you for attention.
Thank you for your presentation. Thank you. And I'd like to ask Peggy Pavletic to give a feedback and comments.
Yes, thank you so much. And buonasera, ragazzi. I really like Italy, and I studied there, so it's quite nice for me to hear your research. And I really love the protocols that you've been doing. I was just wondering, maybe, are you thinking of introducing some other measurements according to GLOBE protocols in hydrology, particularly maybe related to the phosphates? Do you think that they could somehow be related to the quality of your water?
Nowadays we did this research, but we will do certainly other experiment with the same lake, because this is the only lake we have in our town, and our town is extremely with a lot of industry, and it is very important, this lake, to us. So we will do the same experiment, but in other times.
Okay, thank you so much then. And I think it also is really nice to see that you're making a research that has an impact on the community, and the quality of lake, for sure, it's something that's really important for you. So that's it from my side, and good luck, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, students. And if there are any comments from audience, please put it to the chat that you can read it there. And next we will have a video. The video is from Dimitar Miladinov Primary School, Skopje. So we will first play the video, and then there will be explanation from the student Bora more about the video and their work.
Dozen birch trees grew in the schoolyard over the years. Children with cash from severe students for life. The birches are asked people as the students studying at school.
Students measured, observed, and recorded the trees grow. The temperature in the awning is 32 degrees. Under the tree birch, 28 degrees. Interesting. What's going on?
Let's make an experiment.
Easily. Cut 2 branches from the tree and put them in water. Each of the branches are with the same amount of leaves, but the leaves from the second branch are covered in wax to prevent transpiration. The results show how transpiration protects the leaves from overheating. Therefore, leaves that actively participate in transpiration have a temperature several degrees lower than the environment. If this feature of the water, trees are for the survival of pests.
Planting trees is the best, easiest, and the most cost-effective way to combat climate change.
So thank you. And we have Bora online.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. I can see you. I can see all the team, so you can say a few comments.
We are from the primary school Dimitar Miladinov, Macedonia, and we are students, a part of the GLOBE team. I am Bora, and these are my friends Mila, Ognen, Elena, and Serna. With this video today, we wanted to tell a story about a real situation that happened at our school. Basically, our physics teacher Aida with her students here at the school were having outdoor classes, and they realized that it's much more pleasant under the birch tree than anywhere in the shade around our school. So that's what inspired us to make this video in the first place.
So thank you for these words and explanation. And yeah, the floor is for Maya. Maya, please, can you give a feedback? Thanks.
So hi everybody. I love the way that you made this video. First of all, it's so playful and exciting. The cutting of the video, I know that can take a really long time to do. So I just want to say I appreciate the way that you told the story so effectively, from the problem to your experiment So putting wax on the leaves to show transpiration, genius idea. It's really brilliant. And I'm curious to know, I guess, what is your main takeaway from this and how have you been sharing that with your school community?
We are telling the more younger students so they can how trees are very like a more efficient way for like to be better for the environment, and we're teaching the younger students to care for the trees, and because they are very important for nature. And as we showed in the experiment, they are much more effective to shade instead of artificial shades like an awning because of transpiration.
That's such a great message. And I think it's fantastic that you're sharing that with your younger students. I hope that you continue to measure possibly surface temperature as well. And next year, we have students in Ireland now who are mapping their school grounds as well to try to find ideas for how they can keep places cool in heat waves. And I think what you've done here in choosing the fact that you have trees to protect them and share why they're important is a really great way to think in a solutions-oriented way. So I want to say that commend you for that and say well done for thinking about what you already have on school grounds. I think it's so important to share that and to continue to measure surface temperature and how the tree cover over that area continues to provide a cooling space. So really well done. And very quickly, if I have time for one more question, what did you enjoy most from doing this project?
I enjoyed probably making the experiment and see how the results will turn out and see if this statement is true.
I love that.
I think
Anybody
everyone else had their own, maybe.
Yes, it was a very important part of the experiment, and we enjoyed, you know, being together while doing the experiment also. So
and
yeah,
also it was very fun and to doing the experiment together, and yeah.
Brilliant. Really, really great teamwork. I hope you keep that teamwork up. That's how we learn better. So well done, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maya, and thank you, students, for your teamwork and video. And you can read also comment from Peter Falcon from NASA in the chat. And we will move to another presentation. And I'd like to welcome team from Croatia. I'd like to give a floor to students from Dubovac Primary School. So I can see students there.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hello, hello. So you can start to share your presentation.
This. Do you see everything?
Yeah, we can see it well and hear you also. You can start.
Okay, hello, everyone. We're students of Primary School Dubovac. I'm Marta.
I'm Josip.
And this is a research project named Monitoring and Protection of the Monument Avenue. So, the Monument is a plane tree avenue near the primary school Dubovac. It was planted from 1801 to 1811 during the construction of the Louisiana Road. In colors, the road begins with a plane tree line named in honor of the Marshal Marmont from the Napoleon Bonaparte's time. The other is the monument of park architecture from 1869. In this picture here, you can see the tree line actually in the city of Rijeka and the plane tree in the city of Karlovac. The research began in 2019 when construction work in India began. I wanted to know the amount of carbon dioxide which is absorbed in the trees, and yeah. A road passes through the alley, so I guess it how many harmful gases are produced and when it depends on the humidity of the air. We assume that the Monument Avenue is a important factor in the carbon cycle, and the higher the air humidity, the greater the amount of harmful gases. Also, the amount of gas pollutant is higher in the time without vegetation. This is the city of Dubovac, and you can see the avenue and our school here, the red dot. First, using a photocostometry, measure tree height and circumference. Air temperature, precipitation, air humidity are regularly measured at the school weather station. Second, calculate the age of the trees. Carbon storage can absorb CO2, and these are the formats how this data was calculated. After that, in September 2022, the students on the ITU made the Arduino station with sensors for harmful gases, and it was put in the Marmont Alley. In October 2023, the students of the ITU made a new Arduino station with sensors for carbon monoxide and ozone, since they are the biggest gas polluters.
These are the results on the research on planting and fruit trees. Average tree height was 17.48 meters, average tree age was 67.23 years, total mass of carbon storage is more than 85 tons, and total mass of stored CO2 was more than 297 tons. When we compare 3 trees of different ages, we see that the older the tree is and the larger its circumference is, the more rapidly the stored carbon and absorbed CO2 increase, followed in the last 2 columns. Literature sources say that absorbed CO2 increases exponentially with diameter. On the diagram, we see the green dots that represent the sycamore tree. As the diameter increases, the absorbed CO2 also increases exponentially. On this diagram, we see data on the amount of harmful gases, humidity, and precipitation in early autumn when there was still vegetation. The amount of harmful gases is higher on days with precipitation and when the air humidity is higher. At the end of September and the beginning of October, the humidity increases and there are more gases. On this diagram, we see the same data in late autumn, where there was no vegetation. The whole period is characterized by high humidity and high levels of harmful gases. This diagram shows the values on the new Arduino station from autumn 2023, where O3 and CO were measured separately and compared with the air temperature and humidity. As the days get colder with more humidity, the ozone is decreasing. Values of CO in the research period ranges from 170 to 220 pico-cube meters. As we said, the AIA is an important factor in the carbon cycle. The value of harmful gases is higher when the air humidity is higher. As the air temperature decreases and air humidity increases, ozone values are lowered. For further research, it is necessary to prolong the measurements of all parameters, compare measured parameters throughout the year, have a permanent system set up for gas monitoring, and set up the sensors for PM10 and PM2.5. These are our sources and literature, and thank you for your attention.
So thank you, Marta and Joseph, for your presentation, and I give the floor to Peter Falcon from NASA to give you a feedback.
Thank you. First off, great presentation. You guys really had some challenging questions in your hypothesis, and I think you did a great job to step up and answer those questions. So great job there. I have to say, I was very impressed that you, with the help of a high school student, created 2 sensors to help monitor what you're studying. That is very impressive to me because I work at NASA and I can't create sensors like that. So that's pretty awesome. You did something at a young age that I still can't do at a very old age. So it's pretty cool. Something that I've noticed throughout our research teams here is that you guys do a great job of not just making measurements for a month or 2, but you guys are doing research for a year, in some cases 2 years. That's very impressive. That just shows the amount of dedication you have and the importance of the research project that you're doing, how much effort you're putting into it. So that's something that's great to see. I enjoy seeing that. I also enjoyed that you put your calculations there. So rather than me ask questions about making sure you knew what you're doing, you put it there right away and said, this is how we calculated our information. And that helped answer a lot of questions that I had. So great job there as well. You really gave me a history of a story about the history, the importance of the AIA, and why you studied it. So I feel like you covered it from the beginning to the end. So once again, great job. My question is, do you plan on continuing with your research? You mentioned that there are some things you would like to do in the future. Do you plan on doing that? That's one. And were the results what you expected when you started this project?
Well, yes, we plan to resume the research. There are many more parks in our city, so we will study different. We will study the amount of carbon in the different parks in different areas of the city, and we will compare it to our, parts of the city. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Do you plan on working with like younger students so you can kind of mentor them and teach them the importance so they can continue that research that you started?
Yes, that is also our plan. We're actually kind of already doing that because our whole school kind of teaches all the students about this program and of our research.
Awesome. Well, once again, very impressive. Great job. Hopefully one day you can teach me how to put together Arduino chips and stuff like that, because I would like to learn that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter, for your comments, and thank you, students. There is one more question in the chat. How long did it take to collect all this information to you?
Well, it took about some time. We had to, of course, first collect it, right? That took about, let's say, a couple of months, right? And then we have to compile it and actually put it
Okay.
out there.
So thank you, and you can read more in the chat, some messages from audience. So thank you. And we are moving, I think, to the last presentation of today's session, and we are moving to Ireland. We will see a song prepared by students of college in Portarlington. So first, we have two students that will introduce the video song, and then we will play the video. So do we have the students? Yeah. So you can start. Hello. So you can start with the introduction of your video song.
Hello, my name is Ava, and I'm representing my geography class, this is Dan, who researched surface temperatures and observed clouds around our school for the Globe High Villager School campaign. We adopted Giorgi's spring green grass in order to highlight the importance of our green earth. We changed the lyrics of our song to outline the importance. We changed the lyrics of our song to highlight our research findings and solutions to cooling our school.
Okay, thank you. So we will play the video.
We felt the song was a catchy there.
Yeah, wow. I think that we all enjoyed this really amazing song, and it was nice to listen to all the ensemble of students. The comment, please, Peter, can you give a feedback to this team?
Would love to. That is such an impressive song. I mean, I think we just found the new Globe theme song there. I think so many times when we think of our Globe projects, we think of science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and what we're missing is that that arts. And I think that's something that you guys provide with the song. That's something that we don't see enough of. So I was happy that you provided that for us. Especially the guitar player. She's been very intense playing this guitar. So that was awesome to see. And so with that, I would say I would love to also see this as a companion to a presentation, like your research project, so I can kind of see what the measurements are. But I love the fact that you measured land cover. You saw the importance of cloud coverage as well. You sang about a lot of distinctive things that we're studying. So I'm happy to see that. And continue doing your research. You have a large team there. It'd be great to be able to kind of spread out in your community and make multiple measurements and come back and share that information with each other. So once again, great job. I think your song uplifted us all. I am wide awake at 5 a.m. now. So thank you for that. And continue doing a great job. All of you guys, great job.
Thank you so much. We'd also like to majorly thank our geography teacher, Miss Brown, who gave us this opportunity and helped us greatly throughout this project. Thank you.
So thank you guys, and thank you, Peter, for so nice comments. And we really enjoyed this song all together. So we are a little bit delayed, but I hope that you can still stay for 5-7 minutes, because now we are coming to the end of the session and we are coming to the highlights of the conference for the awarding ceremony. And so I'd like to give the floor to my colleague Bara to tell you more about it.
Yes. So I was really delighted to be with you today and to hear from everybody about the research and about what they have done and how they talk about the findings to the community and did the awareness campaigns and so on. And my role now is to announce the awarded schools. So we are coming to this highlight now. And I just want to say that we are announcing the special prizes in this category of upper primary, lower secondary age group. And we will be awarding schools in 4 categories. We had 6 categories, but in 2 categories, we didn't really get the input which met the criteria. So we selected those 4 awarding categories, which are scientific inquiry, community impact, video, and song. And first, we are going to the category of the scientific inquiry. And who gets the special award? It is the Banija Primary School from Croatia. And the prize, it's a kit of globe materials. So congratulations. And we hope that you will like what you will receive from us. And we can continue to the category, the awarding category, which is focused on community impact. And we could see a lot of those. And we decided to give the special award for this community impact category to the primary school of Břidličná in Czech Republic. And because we have in this age category that we have the special price of stipend that the students can use to attend the in-person student conference, which is happening in 1.5 months in Czech Republic. And the next, we have the category of a song. And for the song, we are giving a word. You can guess. to Coláiste School, Portarlington, Ireland. Congratulations. And you're also receiving the stipend of 400 euro in case you decide to participate in the Globe Student Conference in Czech Republic in April. And the last award that we are giving is for the category of video, the video story actually. And this award goes to Kiril and Metodij Primary School in Bitola, North Macedonia. And they also receive this stipend in case they decide to attend the Globe Student Conference in Czech Republic. So congratulations to all the awarded schools, school teams. And we will contact you with all the details, don't worry. And you will learn everything about the prizes and how we will go around that. Thank you. And I just give floor back to Dana.
Yes, thank you, Bara. And
Thank you.
so we'd like to thank all of you for all your presentations and also for all you visit or join the conference, for your listening and comments and questions. So it was a great opportunity to meet and inspire each other. We'd like also to give a big thanks to teachers that support students in the GLOW program, and also for coordinators from different countries. And also big thanks to our scientists who gave feedback, to Peggy Pavletic, Peter Falcon, and Maya Field. So thank you to be with us and give such nice suggestions and comment to students. So thank you. And when we are ready with the recording, we will send you information where we put it, and so you can share it with the people who can't, who weren't able to join today. So thank you, and so see you next time.